Greg, do you think that we could somehow get an audience with Mike Rowe? In other words, we don't have to reinvent the wheel.
Right.
You have something that's really, successful. I've seen him on some Christian shows on TBN recently. He's multifaceted in his gifts and talents. But I'm saying, and also you were saying earlier, Greg, business people who would want apprentices. Now, all over you can't find workers. That's why the illegals are filling in, because America's lost hope in the future. Val said it right early on. That is the real issue. To get excited about something you could learn. Go ahead.
You're absolutely nailing it. You're nailing it. The key here is it answers two big questions: how to get our culture and our population. I don't care who you are. I don't care race, culture, creed, as they say. But let's all get squared away a little bit. As I say, I keep calling it 1950s handshake world. I just do, and I see it simply, and I believe there's a wave. I do believe there's a wave. I think it's going to start November 5th, 2024. I think it's going to start with scores of executive orders signed by the new president, Donald Trump. Write it down. Do you remember, Father, the executive orders that Biden wrote week one? I think he started with 63 and went to 100 and up from there. Look it up. But can you imagine just having more square away, and you have a labor force. You have an entire labor force and academia,
young labor force,
ready to go. As I say, I'll bet you half the people will end up just staying in the same career, the same employer. There's going to be such a...
But you said something significant. You said, and Val also, most of these young people, and I see them, they're young. Some of them are children still. They're not full adults. They don't know. They have no guidance. They have no models. They have no examples. This would be a breath of fresh air for them. Actually have an opportunity. That's why, people really poo-poo the military. There are so many opportunities in the military, so much training. It's amazing. And there are people who wind up staying the whole time, but it's not for everybody. But the Red Cross or some of these other things may be for those who the military is not for. They're not better or worse. They're just different.
But, of course, it's a menu of choices. And totally answers. We look for solutions and answers. So what do we do? Can we even fix this mess? But one thing I do see is it answers the question of how do we get to contact the younger generation? How do we get in contact with them? Because, as I've said many times, forget millennials now. Millennials are crowding 40 years old. We've got Gen Z, of course, 15 to 25, 26 now. And we got the young alphas. First alphas are 15, 16 years old right now. They're entering the workplace. It's going to be the first time in history we're going to have 6 generations in the same workplace. But how do you get to those folks? Well, there's how you get to it. Everybody goes to the same civil at grade 13. And Val asked earlier, okay, so how do we do this? How do we do it? What do we do? And I think the answer is what you just kind of alluded to, Father Mike, is just do it. Let's just do it. You mentioned let's contact people. Let's contact Rowe. I love the branding here, grade 13. But let's just do it. I got lots of people I can talk about it. I got some shall we say, political folks. I think it's a real thing. I think it's a game changer, and that's what we do. We just do it and contact who we can and post it where we can, and then go from there. How about that?